Hi again, first grade. We're going to read our second story for the week. So go ahead and open your packets back up and we'll get started. Okay, so we're going to read our second story for the week. And just like in our first story, when we're reading this, we're going to focus on describing events. So remember, an event is something that happens in a story. You can use key details to describe an event or tell more about it. So when we're reading our story today, we're going to focus on describing events. And remember, describing important events helps us make sense of a story. It can help you understand, remember, and retell the story. So we're going to open it up to our second story of the week called the Animal Rescue Club. So go ahead and open your packet up to the Animal Rescue Club. I'm going to read it out loud and you can follow along with me. You can read it with me. Just go ahead and make sure you're following along somehow. It was a boring night. Then I heard a beep beep from my walkie-talkie. My best friend Finn said, "Come in, Abby, give me the signal." I raced to the window. With my flashlight, I clicked on, off, on, off. Finn flashed back twice from across the street. "I'm here," I said into my walkie-talkie. "Hurry," Finn said. "An animal needs us. Meet me outside." Finn and I love animals. We created an animal rescue club. This was our first case. I ran outside. Finn beeped me again. "Abby, there's an opossum here. Look." He shined his flashlight. I looked closely. I saw many eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs of glowing eyes. "Finn, it's a mama. She has 3 babies on her back," I whispered. The babies hugged their mama tightly as they bounced along. The opossum started to cross the street. Finn and I watched. Suddenly, the nighttime street got brighter and louder. "Finn, there's a car coming!" I grabbed my flashlight. We had a plan for this. Finn called, "Ready for our first rescue?" We shined our flashlights up and down the street. Then we used them to make a big, bright X in the dark. Our X was right over the opossums. The car stopped. Finn and I watched the opossums walk safely across the street. "Hooray for the Animal Rescue Club," I said. So now let's move on to answering our questions to go along with our story. So find where it says question 1 and put your finger on it. I'm going to read the question and then I'm going to read our answer choices, and I want you to choose the best answer that fits. So question number 1 says, what is the first way Finn sends a message to Abby? A walkie-talkie, B, a flashlight, or C, cell phone? So what is the first way he sends a message to Abby? Remember, you can go back in your text and it even tells you what page you can find it on. So if I go back to page 1 of the passage, I can see and confirm in my text evidence what the first way Finn sends Abby a message. So I'm going to go back to page 1. And I'm going to look on page 1. I might reread it. I'm going to look to see the first way he gave her a message. And then I'm going to go back to my questions and circle the correct answer. And then turn to question number 2. Question number 2 says, what did Abby and Finn do to show they love animals? A, they started a group. B, they watched from a window. Or C, they took a walk outside. So what did they do to show that they love animals? Which of these answers proves that they love animals? They started a group, they watched from a window, or they took a walk outside. And then put your finger on question number 3. Question number 3 says, how do you know that Finn and Abby are just starting to help animals? Complete the sentence. Abby says that this is their blank case. So our question asks, how do you know that Finn and Abby are just starting to help animals? Just starting to help animals. Abby says that this is their blank case. We're going to complete that sentence with the best answer. Abby says that this is their boring case. Abby says that this is their first case, or Abby says this is their best case. So how do we know that they're just starting to help animals? And then put your finger on question number 4. Question number 4 says, what happens in this part of the story? Finn shows Abby a group of grown-up opossums. Finn shows Abby a mama opossum and her babies. Or Finn shows Abby 2 baby opossums. So what happens in this part of the story? We need to go back to page 3 in our story to see what they're describing. So let's go back to page 3. We can use our picture clues to help us. We can reread those texts. What is happening in this part of the story? And then we're going to go back and circle the correct answer. Finn shows Abby a group of grown-up opossums. Finn shows Abby a mama opossum and her babies, or Finn shows Abby 2 baby opossums. And then turn to question number 5. Question number 5 says, what does Abby see when Finn shines his flashlight? A, Abby sees the eyes. B, Abby sees the tail. Or C, Abby sees the teeth. You can look back again on page 3 to see what Abby sees when Finn shines his flashlight. And then circle the correct answer and turn to question 6. Question 6 asks, what happens in this part of the story? Complete the sentence. Abby and Finn worry that a blank could hurt the opossums. Abby and Finn worry that a car could hurt the opossums. Abby and Finn worry that a light could hurt the opossums. Or Abby and Finn worry that a road could hurt the opossums. So you remember, you can go back on page 4 to check. But what happens? What are they worried that could hurt the opossums? Circle your answer and then put your finger on question number 7. So question number 7, I see some text and a picture. I'm going to read my question first to see what it's asking me. Read the underlined sentence. What do Abby and Finn find out? So I'm going to look at my passage and read the underlying sentence. The car stopped. So we want to know, what do Abby and Finn find out? A, they learn that the opossums are in danger. B, they learn that their flashlights are broken. C, they learn that their rescue plan is working. So when we read this part, the car stopped. What did Abby and Finn find out? Did they find out that the opossums are in danger, that their flashlights are broken, or that their rescue plan is working? And then turn to question number 8, our last question. Which major event happens at the end of the story? Choose the event. So we have our graphic organizer that has the beginning, middle, and end summarized. So we're going to think what happens at the end. So let's read what they said happened at the beginning. In the beginning, Abby learns from Finn that an animal needs them. Next, Finn shows Abby an opossum family at night. Then at the end, what happens at the end? Abby uses her walkie-talkie to talk to Finn. Abby and Finn help the opossums cross the street. Or Finn tells Abby that the opossums need help. Think about what happens at the very end. After Finn shows Abby an opossum family at night, what happens at the end of our story? Circle your answer and then close your book. Mr. Brain, you did an excellent job, and I will see you later. Bye, first grade.